Alright, let's get started. Hey CJ, sorry I'm late, mate. An issue with the dog. We're all set up though. We're good to go. We're live. We're good to go. We've got the. Oh, this is breaking out. So, DPRO is breaking out. Let's have a look. Why is my net P&L like that? Okay. Right. Okay, we're all good. We're all good. I think. Are we live everywhere? Online YouTube. I need to alter the YouTube live stream. Okay. Just in the middle. Excuse me. So we're just panicking here because I'm in the middle of trying to do stuff. And late, when you half an hour late, you start panicking on everything, you know? Okay, so. Chat. Here we go. I think we're all good. We're all good. Who've we got in the chat? Hey Cornflake, sorry I'm late. I had to have the dog over to the vets, so that's why I'm late. So a little bit of a fluster trying to rush to get back to everything. So I tried trading on my mobile phone this whilst at the vet on the DAS mobile. My advice: don't use DAS mobile. It's not great. So yeah, that's not good. But yeah, it's. How am I feeling today? Good. Morning, Greavesy. Okay, let's pump the like count up in the stream. Hey Jack. Hey Tony. Make sure you smash the like button in YouTube. And if you're not subscribed, do that as well. Let's just smash the screen a couple of times. Let's get the like count up. Let's get this. I know I'm late to the party. I'm late streaming. So just based on the scanners, there's not a lot moving at the moment anyway. So you know, we've got Dragonfly, is it? So DPRO. Dragonfly. Now that's moving up on news. It's got a contract. But awarded a contract to supply medical drones for place in the in like somebody supplying the soldiers in Ukraine and stuff. So that's why that's gapping up. So I'm just watching that. I'm just going to map out some more areas. I tried trading on my mobile, but kind of breaking even on it. So duplicate that. We've got up to, that's 26 there. And just have a look at that. Yeah, so I've got the areas mapped out. So 26, 7. Okay, so the quarter, half, and whole dollars is essentially what it's looking at the moment. It's the only one. It's right on that $3 threshold, so it's not really something that that is exciting me a lot. Anyway, you blew your account yesterday. All 800 down the drain. Position was closed. I'll see you when you refund the account. The extra cut. Go back to paper trading. Until you're profitable in paper trading, don't put money on the line, Jack Sparrow. Just stick to paper trading. And it seems to me that yesterday you was up. You was up to start off with, and then you gave it all back. So again, you need to when you start off with is that first 15-20 minutes of the market. If you get up and you're profitable, move to paper trading. Get up, get profitable, take what the market's giving you, and then move to paper trading. And then you can start working up a little bit longer. So once you get up and get green, take that and then move back to paper trading. Just because you've got money in your account doesn't mean paper trading's not relevant. What laptop would I recommend? Well, I've got a HP gaming laptop. So as long as it's low latency, as long as it's got a good processing power and connectivity, that's what you need. If it's built for gaming, it'll be good for trading. Okay, let's afternoon, Alistair. What do I use to trade? I'm not sure what you mean, what the question means. What do I use to trade, or what do I trade? I'm using my computer to trade. I've got a broker and the trading platform, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure what you're asking there, Roblox. It's a bit of a vague question. I'm sorry if you think it is. Yeah, well, no. So I got up this morning and it was a bit like a crime scene. So for those of you wondering why the stream was late, I had to take the dog to the vets because I got up this morning and the hallway just outside my bedroom, it was a bit like a crime scene. There's blood splatter everywhere, and first I thought someone had been murdered, but that wasn't the fact. It was actually the dog. She's got a uterus infection, so she's bleeding from the back end, and it's a bit of a pungent stink to it. There's a bit of a pungent smell to it as well. So yeah, it's one of those things. I had to get her up to the vets because she's been on this. She had this UTI, and she's on the antibiotics for that. Now she's got a uterus infection, so I've just increased the dosage on the antibiotics, and we're back now. So hopefully she'll be feeling a little bit better, but don't know. Let me have a look at Baba. I'm not confident with Baba as a company. Let's have a look at Baba for you, Cornflake. Look at it on the daily. So it's gapping up today. We're looking at it's currently 113s. It's had a couple of good days in a row actually. So it went down to last week. It was down at $75. It's now up to almost 114s. So it's looking good. It's making a bit of a rally, so to speak, and hopefully that will continue. I'm not a big fan of Alibaba because I don't think they've got a business model that's unique. I don't think there's anything protecting them, and the fact that they're actually the whole the hamstrung by the Chinese government as well, which doesn't help. But that's just my opinion. If you're still holding Baba, then it's up to date. It's moving up towards. It's just broke 114, so that's kind of session highs at the moment, I believe. So it's morning highs. It's just got to 114. It's tapped that for the third time. You'll probably break 114, but might be get up to kind of what 114.20, 114.50, something like that. When the market opens, if it doesn't sell off. Let's have a look at KE Holdings. Now we traded this. I think this is another one of the Chinese stocks. Rallied with the Chinese market last week, and it's back up to where it started yesterday. It sold off all day yesterday, and then we're looking at kind of where it actually started, where it opened up yesterday. It's very similar. So it's 1330s at the moment. So it's gapping up on the day. Low volume. It's not going to be a trade for me, but you know, it's consolidating above that $12 level. So that's which is important. So it's ranging. The last few days ranging between $12 and $15. It's got a $3 range over the last week or so. So yeah, those Chinese stocks, that Chinese sector, if you will, is moving at the moment. All right, let's get rid of some of these things that are on the watch list here that shouldn't be. Pick Mullen, get rid of those. At BBIG now. Yeah, Dragonfly is really the only one that I'm looking at. Next, it's hit and miss because it's right in that $3 threshold for me. If you've got a small account, it could be worth a punt today. It seems to be a good news catalyst. What I do like is the crypto space today. Let me pull up my. So Bitcoin's up. Bitcoin's currently up about 4%. So where's my Coinbase? Here we go. So Bitcoin currently trading at 42s. It's broke 43s a couple of times in the last couple of hours. In the small hours of this morning, it went up as high as 43 300s. So Bitcoin's having a bit of a rally today. And of course, the rest of the coins are doing it. So Ethereum's up over 3%. Cardano's up over 6%, which is I'm happy with. XRP is kind of flat on the day, but you know the Ripple case is probably coming to a head. Probably we'll probably see some conclusion to that either kind of May, June. Yeah, so the crypto world is having a bit of a rally today, so that's good news, and the markets are up as well. So well, Nasdaq's kind of break even, SPY's break even, it's slightly up on the day. The Dow's up about 0.25%. The FTSE's up 0.5% in Europe. The German 40, the DAX is what's that? That's up a 0.8%. The Hang Seng in Hong Kong's up 3%. So it's a bit of a rally day today across the board. Okay, so let's go back to the chat. Yeah, no, that's the key. It's 100% is the key, Jack. Is risk management. So guys, everybody in the stream, we've got 300 likes. We've got 200 people in the stream. So guys, let's get over 2,000 likes in the stream. Give the screen 10 taps. Help me with the algorithm. What that does is it pushes out the algorithm because we're getting interaction. So if everybody in the stream gives the screen 10 taps each, it'll get us over 3,000 likes, and I really would appreciate that. Same for the guys in YouTube. If you smash the like button, it helps. Really does help with the algorithm. Not just because while I'm live, the YouTube is actually up there recorded. So so do me a favor and smash the like button on YouTube and or Twitch, whichever you are. Really appreciate that. So from a technical, so Mo wants to know what technicals I use. From a technical perspective, on an intraday trading basis, of course, volume is very important to me. The main technical indicator that I use will be the volume weighted average price. Why would I have that lamp shining to your? Is it really bothering your eyes? I can turn that down. That's not a problem. Better? Happy now? But it lights up my desk. It's better. I need to get some more lamps in here. Actually, I'm actually supposed to be moving at the end of this month, so you know, I need to refurbish my new place. Yeah, Mo, so answering your question, the technicals I use, I tend to use the volume weighted average price. The strategies that I use, so the gap and go, the momentum strategies, you know, the majority of the strategies that I'm using, the volume weighted average price is okay for that. I might look, if I'm looking more long term, if I'm doing swing trading, I'll use moving average crossovers for confirmation. But more often than not, I just keep my charts as clean as possible. I've got the volume histogram at the bottom. I've got my volume weighted average price, and I've got volume buy price. Those are what I'm doing now. With some more complex strategies that I might use, like reversal strategies, I will use more complex technical indicators. So reversal strategies, I might use Bollinger Bands or the RSI or MACD or something like that. But primarily, certainly at the open, I only really need the volume weighted average price. Yes, there is, Alistair. We've got a good stream going today. Do you use the Gann chart? No, I don't. What am I trading? At the moment, I'm not trading much. I'm looking at Dragonfly. Dragonfly is the one that's got all the volume today. 28 million shares traded pre-market. That's the one that's most people are looking at. It's gapping up 82% on the day already. It is currently trading at just over $3. And it's trading on news of its medical drones being deployed in Ukraine. So for want of a better one. So if held Roblox overnight, now you're scared. I'm wondering what my opinions are on Roblox. Okay, so let me have a look at Roblox for you, Cornflake. Well, there's no volume. It's kind of flat on the day. Well, it's slightly up. It's trending underneath the volume weighted average, so that's usually a downwards trend. If you bought it and held it overnight, you're not losing any money. Right now, it's slightly up, but when it opens, has it got any news? That's the question. If there's any news catalyst for Roblox, have a look. Let's pull it up on the Roblox. Where are we? So Roundhill Ball Metaverse launches in Germany. That's more of a Facebook one. So yesterday, Roblox notice. Rosen, a global and leading law firm, encourages Roblox Corporation investors with losses to inquire about securities class action investigation. Right, okay, so that is oversold at the minute. So it could spring higher. That's what they were saying yesterday. So it might be worth holding. What I'd do now is I'd set a stop loss on that at break even on the day. So if I was you on Roblox, I would be saying, okay, if it drops below 46.60, cut your position, and then if it goes, take some profits and just hold it. I don't know what price you got in there, Cornflake, but I would say If it drops below 46.50, 46.60, get out of the position. If it turns red on the day after the open, get out of the position. Cut your losses if necessary. That's not financial advice, just my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor. So if you do follow that and you lose money, don't come after me, cornflake. Now we've got a lot of people in the chat today, so if I miss your question, either ask me again or you know, I apologise, or you know, join the YouTube and ask it there. There's less people there. Okay, would love a one-on-one about this. Okay, way much easier to grasp on things. Well, you know, you can buy a one-on-one session with me if you want. I'm selling it, consultancy, mentorship, whatever. What's this program called? This program is called Daytrading Pro. This is the program that I use. It's the platform I use to trade. Thoughts on Unity? I've not got a lot of thoughts on Unity because it's not moving today. So I'm an intraday trader. I don't really give a lot of thoughts to much from my own point of view until someone asks me. I'll give you my quick technical analysis of something, but it's my own opinion. Mullen Automotive today, I think it's down on the day, but how far down is it? Let's have a look. So it's trying to make a comeback. It's below the VWAP. It's the volume is less than it was previously, but we're currently trading just over $3. So it's down on the day. It finished yesterday, I think, at 321. Closed yesterday at 321. Will it get back above $4 like it was yesterday? I'm not so sure, but it could be worth watching. I like that EV sector. I like the renewable energy sector as well. So you know, just watch it for mark out the resistance levels. The first level it needs to get back over. It needs to get back green, so it needs to get back over 320s. If it doesn't get over 320s, for me, it's not an intraday trade unless you're going to start shorting it. It might get rejected at the volume weighted average price around 310, 312. If that's the case, then it might be one to short today. So just watch the patterns. Look for the areas of support and resistance here on the, just zoom out on the 5 minutes. So we've got the $quarter level is a key level. Breaks 320, you want it over 325, 330. That $quarter level, that $quarter range is give or take 5 cents is important for Mullen today. After that, it's got to break 350s. That's the pre-market high. Okay. BBIG, it's barcoding at the minute. BBIG, I think. I've got 5 minutes to the bell. DBGI, you're calling me DBGI out. Let's have a quick look at DBGI. Well, I don't know why it's worth a look today. Why are you thinking it's worth a look today? It's kind of 161 is where it's trading, which is below. It's slightly down on the day. And you're saying it's a perfect setup. Perfect setup for what? DBGI. Perfect setup for what, Paul? There's no setup there. It's very low volume. It's 160. It's way below my price range anyway, but it's 160. It's got a range of kind of about 5 cents. Either way, so 155 to 165. There's no setup there at the minute. I don't know what chart you're looking at, but DBGI is not a trade for me today. Certainly not. There's no setup for it right now. It's got this resistance on a 60-minute of 165. It keeps going up to 165. It's not getting over it. That's the level it needs to get above. If it gets above 165, then maybe there's it's got potential to run up towards kind of 180s, 190s. But right now, there's no trade. There's no volume. There's no trade. No volume. We're not interested. Okay. Why do traders on socials always show trades as longs and never show trades as shorts? Because it's human nature. It's human nature. People, aside from the fact that it costs more to go short, it's human nature to follow the moves up. People feel better following the moves up than they do actually shorting it. A lot of, on top of that, a lot of brokers they have a reduced availability when it comes to shorting certain stocks as well. So depending on the availability to short and the availability to borrow, you might not get stocks to short. Any thoughts on Iran after talks are over? Will we get to buy stocks? Big opportunities coming. I think Iran could be the answer to the Russian embargo on oil. If Iran starts pumping up production and people will start buying from Iran rather than Russia, and they can annex Russia a little bit easier. At the moment, Iran is still that dodgy cousin in the Middle East. People would much rather buy from Saudi or from some of the other Middle Eastern countries, but Iran, they're trying to get back on the world map. So Okay, so yes, so Jack, just in terms of risk management, get a platform that will allow you to set those stops. And once you get green, stay green. Once you get green, walk away. It doesn't matter. Just to start off, you need to get into the habit of being green and having green days. And it is a habit. So once you've got green, rather than going in for more and then giving back your profits, which is what happened yesterday. You got green yesterday, and then you gave back all your profits and then some. So rather than doing that, and it doesn't matter how big it is, it could be $50, it could be $30. Get green, then move to paper and stay green for that day. The next day, you've got a little bit more to play with. Get green and just do that. And if you have one trade, there's a guy on YouTube that did a small account challenge last year, I think it was. And he says, trade a day is the small account way. Once you've got green, you walk away. You can go in and paper trade it for a while. If you've got a small account and you're trading in a small account like you are, that first trade, make it a green trade, and then walk away. And that's the key. Just manage your risk and just keep an eye on your losses. Okay, the market's open. Let's change the scanners over to regular hours, and hopefully we'll see some momentum. Dragonfly is interesting, but we've got the highs. It's got to break the highs now for me, which is 344. Of course, America wants to deal with Iran. I mean, at the moment, Russia and the energy crisis that Russia's causing, because Germany won't annex Russia in terms of oil because they rely upon them. So unless we've got an alternative supplier, Iran could potentially fill some of that gap. So okay, so we've got 326 there. Okay, so we just broke that resistance level at 326. Want to see this break 344. That's what I'm looking for, 344. Okay. This is the big one. at the moment. It's a small price stock, DPRO, Dragonfly, but 344 is the level that we're looking at. It breaks 344 with volume, I'll go big just to make an indent. So 345 could be where I will be looking to enter. What trends do I focus on going into the market open that trigger your watch list for the day? The watch list is already created, but there's not a lot happening. So now I'm looking for momentum stocks. So I've got my scanners set up. I'm looking for stocks that break pre-market highs. I'm looking for stocks that have got high relative volume. I'm looking for stocks that they will set an opening range within the first, say, 5 to 15 minutes, and then we'll get a volume coming in. They'll break out from that opening range, either to the upside or to the downside. So right now we've got an opening range here. So 334 is the opening range that we're looking at here on first 3 minutes. So potentially we could, if we see a move to the upside with this, I want to see it break in 344s. Okay. So we just broke 335. Pull back. This is got quite rangy. A good range on it. I see 344s. We just broke the pre-market high there. I've just took a little bit off. Why are my things not showing up, my orders? I'll have to look into that when I get out of this trade. So we're in for 15,000 shares at the minute. Our buy price is 333. So if we can break 350, there we go. I'll just take 5,000 off there. So we're okay. We're 10,000 shares at the minute. We're just riding this up. I see this try and break the $0.75 level. So we've got okay. $351. We've just added and taken away now. So 351 is our average. That's our exit. So I see this test. 407 is the halt level. So we've got to take 5,000 off that. Reduce our exposure there. We get over 380s. I'll add that back. Okay. 351 is our exit. Pulls back to 365 at the minute. So I want to see I see this over 375. So it's up. It's rejected at the $0.75 level, the 375 level. High of this candle is 378. So our average buy price is 350 now. Got 5,000 shares in. If it drops below 355, we'll just exit. The low of this candle is 57. So that's our exit point. 356 is our exit. I don't mind the pullback, but I don't want to see consecutive lower lows. So the pullback didn't pull back as far as the previous green candles low. So that's what I'm looking at there. If we get a lower low, then that's when I get out. Just in this one now, it's Dragonfly is the stock. It's currently 124% up on the day. So we're getting a lot of, when we're getting these movers, they are moving quite a substantial amount. We're just in for 5,000 shares at the minute while it's consolidating. Oh, I want to see, we've got a bit of a flat top up there at the 375 level with the ascending lows. Now, if it breaks below one of those previous lows, that's when we get out. That did break, but I wasn't paying attention, so I'll hold it. If it breaks below 360, again, I'll just exit. Line in the sand here is 360 for me now. So we're just waiting for this consolidation to conclude. It'll either drop below 360 and we'll get stopped out, or it'll break 375 and we'll continue to run. Okay. Didn't break below 360, but we did get a little. We did get a little wick just go down there. We're way off. We don't have to worry about any halts. We're way off in both directions. So right now, 375. We just tapped it again, and so it's finding resistance at this level. So we're getting volume, which broke that with volume. So we're back above. Let's pull back. So just gonna exit there at 350, whatever that was. Okay, so good trade. 5,000 to the good to start off with. So that was it's pulled back. So now we're going to wait for the break of that high, which is 584. So 585 is potentially our next entry point. So I'll just put that there. Show you the trade, guys. And hang on a minute. Chart area. That's why. Okay, so I can show you the trade here. Just zoom in a little bit. And that's the wrong button. Put the camera. Okay, so when we came in, we found this opening range, which was then from here 333 down to 307, 306. So we got in here for the break of this opening range. We took some profits here and here. We added to our position there, and we also took profits at that same stage. Took a little bit more off there, and then we stopped out here. Okay, so our profit and loss on that one was 5,850. Okay, so we've got the trade profit and loss is 5,850. So that's a good start to the day. 5 grand in the bank. we'll look to find something else, but that's a good start to the day. So I've got four charts open. I've got 1 minute, 5 minute, 60 minute, and daily. And really, the 1, 5, and daily are the real ones that I get information from. Only got the 60 there because well, it can act as confirmation in terms of support and resistance, but it's just for it's symmetry more than anything. Excuse me. So I'm really looking at support and resistance. I mean, if we're looking on the daily, we've got to go back to November last year for these kind of levels on Dragonfly, and really with 380s, we've seen that $4 is the area we want to get above. It's all-time high is 419, so we've been above $4 like 3 times previously. So if we break above $4, it could potentially go on a bit of a run. Hey Roy, this is stocks. What do they do? What does Dragonfly do? I'll pull it up and show you exactly what the catalyst is here. It's so I'll read it out to you. We've got a news catalyst. So Dragonfly shares are trading higher after the company announced it received an order for its medical response and search and rescue drones from Cold Chain Delivery Systems for immediate deployment with revived soldiers Ukraine. So that's why it's gapping up, and it's not a huge float. We've got 32 million shares, so it's under that 100 million level that I like as well. So we're going to get the volatility there. So it's interesting catalyst. It's below what I normally trade. Let's say I normally don't trade much below $4, but I'll trade between $3 and $4 when there's nothing else to trade. This is the main one. 66 million shares traded at the moment. So looking at that one selling off, and Servco selling off. AMC had a little bit of a pop and then now selling off. Indonesian Energy selling off. Did pop up out of the gates, but it's selling off. It's not quite got green on the day. What else have we got moving? So not a lot else moving. Certainly not with good volume. Let me have a look at GEVO. So GEVO was selling off pre-market. It's done a bit of a red to green. It's now back above the VWAP. So GEVO's above $5. I'll put that on the list to watch. Keep my eye on that one. $5.25 is the next level for that one if it bounces at the VWAP. But no, if you want safer trades, the volume is all with Dragonfly today. ZH. No, I'm not impressed with that one. Yeah, so Dragonfly is really the main one. Okay. Dragon with a 2 A's as opposed to an A and an O, and it's one word. Dragonfly. What markets is he frequently trading? Shando, I trade the NYSE and the Nasdaq, so the US exchanges basically. I trade the US exchange, the American exchanges every single day, simply because that's where the volume is. I'll have a quick look for HUD for you. HUD is kind of break even on the day at the minute. It's about $13. Got a range, 30-cent range at the moment. It's not looking great. It's been trading sideways for the last few days. It went down to kind of tens. It's just ranging since February. It's ranging sideways around between $10 and kind of $15 for the last 2 months. So it serves them right. Okay, so after this opening half an hour, do you walk away or are you on all day? No, I'm on the stream for, normally I'll be on the stream for 3 hours. It's going to be 2.5 hours today. I might stay a little bit longer to make up for that half an hour that I was late because of the dog. But I usually here an hour before market opens. But when we get the daylight saving on Monday, it'll be 2 hours before market opens, and then I'm here for the first hour of trading in the open market. I trade pre-market as well. If there's enough volume, if there's enough volatility and volume, I'll trade pre-market as well. So Shando, if you're a NASDAQ trader, then NASDAQ at the moment is, well, it's up on the day. It popped up out of the gates. It's pulling back now. It's selling off now. It's below the VWAP. I don't like trading indexes because they're a derivative of the actual instruments that make up the index, and I don't trade derivatives, but good luck with that. Don't worry, Phil. I was late too, so I was late. My dog had to take my dog to the vets this morning, so I was late getting on the stream anyway. So hang on a minute, we're looking at we had a pop up towards 380s there and a pull back down. So Phil, if you're messaging on TikTok today, you might get missed. So it's probably better to message on the tube. It's not as busy on the tube today, whereas we've got quite a lot of people in on TikTok. So you buy and hold before close? No. So I'm in intraday pattern trader. So I might, for example, I bought this stock at what was it? 3 minutes into the market after the bell, 9:33, and I was out in its entirety by 9:40. So I kept that trade going for 7 minutes. And sometimes I'm not even in that long. So I look for the moves, the breaks of key areas, the breaks of key pattern formations, and I take profits from those breakouts. Oatmeal, absolutely. Bull flags are my second best friend. So I look for bull flags. Probably my favorite pattern is either a flat top or a flat bottom, depending on whether I'm going long or short. But if, let's say I'm going for the sake of argument, I'm going long, which I am at the moment. A flat top is my favorite breakout pattern. Bull flags, absolutely. I was looking for a bull flag pattern on this one on the 1 minute a few minutes ago. And we didn't get it. I was looking for them for the flat top breakout, didn't get it. So yeah, I'm looking for patterns all the time. 100%. That's exactly how I trade oatmeal. I'm a pattern trader. I'm a pattern day trader. Momentum, strategy, gap and go, reverse, whatever it is. I'm looking for patterns that set up and those pattern breakouts with volume, with velocity, and then take profits. I can't tell you for sure new username because it's pulling back right now. I'm watching it. I believe, this is only my opinion, I believe that it's pulling back to the VWAP now. But based on the pure volume, 78 million shares traded today, I don't think this is done. We've got people taking profits right now, but I don't think this is done. It's a good news catalyst. It's kind of poignant in today's market as well. So I'll be very surprised if it doesn't move. It's now at under 330s. So for me to be interested, this needs to get back above the VWAP and stay there. Level 350. Next level to watch for me is the $half level, 350. Based on what was previously support level. So it's used 350 as support, and you now need it to take that and break it as a resistance. So will it reach new highs? I don't know. I'm waiting for it to reach new highs. If it reaches new highs, then it will probably break with excessive volume. Right now, I don't know if it will or not. So I'm continuing to look at my scanners. I've got my scanners set up for any other additional stocks that break out. We're getting one, funnily enough, here, LLL. Let's have a quick look at it. I want to have, so this is the stock. Why is this gapping up? So JX Lux Ventures shares resume trading. Oh, signs 60 million sales agreement. Right, okay, this could be interesting. What's the high? 68. So can we break 70? It's got good volume as well. 4.9 million shares traded. There we go. Break of 70. It's 10x on its relative volume. So we're in for 10,000 shares. We just got in at 370. We got filled at 374 for the break of 370. Now we're up at just tapping the $4 level. It's going to take half off. We've got 20 cents out of that already. So now break even is our stop. This is going mental. This is LLL, LLL. It's going mental. Just hit the scanners. So we're getting some nice volume in here on this one. Broke $4. It's now up at 414s. Our average buy is 374. It's broke 430. So I'm going to look to add back at where's the, there's no resistance levels here. Well, let's have a look on the weekly. Okay, so we've got $5 or 450. So we're just looking at psychological levels here because there's no real clear resistance levels on the daily. 450 seems to have been hit a few times as resistance. So let's say psychological levels. Let's watch that. It breaks the 445 is the halt level. So I'm just going to hold. So I'm going to hold this 5,000 into the halt. If it currently, there we go. 457 is the new halt level. So I'm going to add another 5,000. Our average is 416. We've just added into the halt. I want to see this gap up, but we've got quite a good cushion on this. So if it does pull back, we can just exit. It's halted there, 955. So we're 10,000 shares into this now. We're average buy price at 416. It's currently up at 460s. So we'll just wait for this to resume. I'll just quick bio break. It's 9:55. It'll resume at 10 o'clock market time, 10 o'clock and 46 seconds market time. So just keep mind. Shandor Techno, you're in charge of the stream. I'll be back in a second. You okay, baby girl? Okay, feeling better today? Hey, feeling better? Hey, you'd like to sleep. Okay, back again. So, top gapper now is JX Luxvent, which is Lux Venture, sorry. JX Lux Venture, which is symbol LLL. And we're in 10,000 shares of this at the moment. We've only taken 800 profit at the moment, so I probably will take a little bit off just to lock in some gains. It's right now. Yeah, it's looking at a sideways resumption based on the level 2, so it's not gapping up or down. So happy to hold through this resumption, and we'll just take 5,000 off when it does resume. Okay, so yes, Jack, I can explain the halt level. So if you're on YouTube, you can actually see the halt level on the montage here. So the montage, it's got a little piece next to the level 1 piece there, where you've got the volume, and then you've got this LDLU. So LDLU is level down, level up, and it tells you what the halt level down is and what the halt level up is, and that moves every couple of minutes. It will move. So what actually happens is that the SEC will instigate a volatility halt if a stock moves a certain percentage over a 5-minute period, and if it's proving too volatile, it's usually a 5-minute halt. But if it's proven extremely volatile, it'll be a 10-minute halt or a 15-minute halt. The longest I've been caught in a volatility halt has been 30 minutes, and it gapped up 25% after that. So that was a good. It was good for me. It was a fantastic trade in the end. $67,000, if I remember rightly. That particular trade. You've got a sell order for LLL after the halt. What will it sell at, please? Or should I cancel on? I'm not giving signals or tickets or anything. I can't tell you to sell. That would be A, illegal, and B, immoral. But if you've got a sell order, I don't know what it's going to sell at. So if you've got a sell order, once it resumes, it depends on whether it's a market order or not. If you've got if you're selling that after the halt, and it's a market order, it'll fill you at the best price. If you've got if you've gone long on it, then I wouldn't have the sell order. I'd have a stop loss and put a trailing stop loss in. So that way, if it gaps up, where it is going to gap up, so it's going to gap up. It's currently showing at 481s. It halted at 457s. The level 2 is showing at 481s. So it's going to gap up at least 30 cents. So if it gaps up 30 cents, I'm going to take half off and lock in some profits. So don't cancel your stop order and put a trailing stop sell order and put a trailing stop in there. That's what I would do if I was you, because that way, if it pulls back, it's going to stop you out and you're going to lock in some profits. But if it continues to run, that stop will move with the run, and you'll end up locking in more profits. So 55. Right. Okay. So it should have resumed. So it looks like it's going to be a 10-minute halt. So I'll keep addressing the. So you absolutely. So walk away on Shando. If you're a new trader, and you've just made green, walk away from that. A grand a day is a good profit. Okay. You're 1,000 up. Walk away. Don't give back your profits to the market. Yeah, so this is going to resume now at 10:05 market time. So it's gapping up. It's going to be 490s. So we're going to have nice bit of profit along the way. Can I set a stop loss, stop order now? It's trailing. Well, it's 490s. I'm down it. I'll give it 25. Not sure if this will allow me. No, I can't. It won't let me do it on a halted symbol. Okay, so 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes to go before it should resume. Okay, guys, let's get that like count up. If you're in the chat, we should have about 5,000 likes now. Give the screen 10 taps, 10 or 12 taps. If you're enjoying the stream, just tap the screen 10 times. Put a few love hearts in the chat. It helps with the algorithm, and it basically shows that there's engagement in the stream, and it pushes out to more people. So I appreciate when you do that. And the same in the tube. If you're enjoying the stream, just smash the thumbs up button. And remember to subscribe, because you'll get notifications when I'm going live. You'll get notifications when I post a new video. I'm going to be recording a new video tonight on candlestick patterns. So, funnily enough, Dragonfly is selling off now. It's below the VWAP. So whether that comes back, I don't know. We should see a little bit later, but there's always one stock moving. At the moment, we've got this one, and it's moving on good volume. It's moving on a good catalyst. So it's looking at resuming around 490s. So if it resumes at 490s, as soon as it does, so I'm just going to see if I can put a limit order on here. It's not letting me do that. Never mind. $10:05:46. Okay, so we've got 40 seconds to the resumption. It would be nice if it is. I mean, could do with a nice big day. They started the day with 82,000 in equity. So we started the month with 29,000. So we're doing well. I can't complain about the profitability of the month. We've had our bad days. We've had our red days, as the people that are regulars to the stream will testify. We've had some big red days last week in particular, and the end of February we had a big red day. So okay, I'm just going to take 5,000 off there. Got filled at 525, so that was a nice little bit of profit. So low of this candle now is 460. So that's our sell price. That's our exit. Low of the previous candle. That's the way I look at it. I can always re-enter at a later stage if it pulls back too far. We've got 5,000 shares in here. If it breaks 550, I'll be adding at 550, because our average is 416. Currently, the high of this candle is 538. So there we go. I want to see this break 550. I want to see it rejected at 550. We're moving up. Huge volume coming through. Huge volume. 1.6 million on this volume bar. 1.7 million. And we break the $half level. We'll see this break the $half level. We've got a bit of resistance there at 550. Oh, it went up to 6. I'm just going to add there. Not getting filled. That moved without me. So I'll add there. I always take back off. Break of 6. And there we go. So this could be a good day, like whoever said. We're just going to keep riding this up now. I want to see it hold above $6. Our average is $5, so we've got plenty room to maneuver. This is going absolutely parabolic. This is brilliant. I've just added 10 and taken off 5. We've got a bit more profit in there, but we've got a bigger size. I'm scaling in. Our average price is $5.75. If it breaks $5.80, we get out. Okay, so we exited at 570, whatever, for break even. Okay, that's a good day so far. We just made 9,000 on that trade, so we're a $15,000 day so far, and the high is currently 665, 667. Okay, so this is not forex trading. This is stocks. I'm going to talk you through that trade, where we got in, where we got out. So we entered here for the break of these highs. So that's what we got in, and we took our first lot of profits here at just before the $4 level, the whole dollar level. We added back to our position here just before the halt up at 450s. We took some profit off here at 520s. We added to our position up at 580s, and we added again up here at 630s, and then took some off at 663, and then we got stopped out on the way back down. So now we're looking at for break of highs. But based on that, right now we're $15,000 to the good. So nearly 6,000 on the on Dragonfly, and we've got just over 9,000 on JX Lux Ventures. So it's proving to be a nice day. Good day's trading. I could have gone in big size, so reluctant to go in big size now because it's getting a little bit later in the day. We're 10 past 10. If this goes up and breaks the highs on volume, I might just get in for kind of 25,000 shares and take a quick scalp for the break of $7, because I think we've got a good 30 cents move if it moves up towards that. So 25,000 shares at 30 cents would give me $8,000 if I can get that. So I don't mind this pullback. This is the first. It's quite extended on the 5-minute. So I'm just going to zoom in on the 5-minute for those people in YouTube. You can see that we've got 5 bars in a row, five candles in a row that are green. This is our first red candle. So we're quite extended. This is what's known as an extension bar. So now it's turned green as well. So on the 5-minute, I don't mind seeing a red candle, if I'm being completely honest, but it's moving up towards those highs. We're getting a bit of volume coming in as well. So we're getting higher volume on the 1 minutes. So it wouldn't surprise me if we're getting higher highs, but we're also getting lower lows. So what brokerage am I using? I'm using Capital Markets Elite. PMEG. The feed hasn't died, as far as I'm aware. Okay, so no, it's not Forex. Underground wants to know, is it Forex? This is stock trading. I don't trade Forex. I just find Forex is a little bit too risky because of the margin that you have to do. And it's not as predictable as certainly from a catalyst perspective, it's not as predictable as trading stocks. What did I use to select this stock? I used Benzinga. So Benzinga, I've got my scanners set. So this, I was trading Dragonfly. When that started to sell off, I was looking for the next stock to make a move. This one popped up on good volume, good relative volume. So and then I checked the catalyst to make sure why it was gapping up, and it's got a catalyst in there as well. So yeah, this I use Benzinga for to select the stocks. No, it's 1 minute and 5 minutes is what I'm looking at. What can I see on the level 2? The level 2 is what I'm seeing the orders. I'm not showing the level 2 because I can actually get fined for doing that. Apparently, I can get booted off the live stream. It's not because it's a pay-for service. The level 2, I can see where the orders are, so you can actually see big orders that either on the ask or the bid, and it can be manipulated. But in most cases, I look at the level 2 to confirm support or resistance levels. So just waiting for this. This is consolidating just under the kind of the 650, around 620, $6 level. So it's consolidating around $6, and we're still getting, you know, each candle's getting a good range. We're still getting a good 30, 40 cents on each candle. And the spreads are not huge either, which is even better. It's tight spreads. So you know we're looking at kind of 4 or 5 cents on the spreads, which is reasonable when you're getting this kind of velocity, when you're kind of getting this kind of volatility. So we've just had our first red candle form. So the high of that red candle is 648. So 650 is our next entry. I only trade US stocks, and the reason for that is purely volume. That's where the majority of the trading volume is. So I want to be going where the crowds are, where the retail trading crowds are, and the majority of retail traders trade the US markets. So to get good, predictable moves, pattern breakouts, etc., where the volume, confirms those breakouts. You go where the big volume is, and the volume today is with Dragonfly. It's died off a little bit, but it was this morning with Dragonfly, and it's now with JX Lux Ventures, which is this one that we're looking at right now. So I'm looking for the next 5-minute candle to make a new high. So that's 650. So I'm looking for patterns on both the 1 minute and the 5 minute. And right now I'm looking for a potential bull flag setup on the 5 minute. So if I can see a bull flag, there's no flat top. I was hoping for a flat top on the 1 minute, but instead we've got this pennant forming instead. This kind of lower highs, higher lows. So I'm looking at the next green candle, next candle to make a new high on the 5 minute. And that's going to be my entry point. Yeah, I don't trade the Nasdaq because it's an index. I don't trade indexes. Indexes are made up of it's a derivative. So the moves on the Nasdaq come from the moves on the companies that make up the Nasdaq. I would rather trade the companies that are making up the Nasdaq than the Nasdaq itself, if that makes sense. So Shando's just asking, why don't I trade the Nasdaq? And explain it a bit more, and that's why. So with the Nasdaq, you might get, if you're lucky, in terms of volatility, if you're lucky, you might get a 5% move. Okay, you might get, in most days, it's kind of 1.5% move. That's the range that you're working. You might get 5% on a really volatile day. This stock I'm trading right now is already up 90%. So by trading the individual instrument, you get bigger volatility. You get the chance to make bigger moves and profit more. I don't trade derivatives, Louis. That's the whole point. I'd rather trade the instrument that makes up the derivative rather than the derivative itself. I tend to trade for look for lower cap stocks, lower to mid caps, simply because you get the volatility there. So the best friends of the day trader, the pattern day trader, is volatility and volume. Okay, so relative volume is probably a better way of saying it. So it's got to have high relative volume and it's got to have that volatility. Now, the volatility comes with the ratio between the actual volume and the free float. So if you've got, say, a 30 million share float, which is what Dragonfly was, and you've got 98 million shares traded, you've recycled the float 3 times over. So that's going to cause a lot of volatility in the price movement. And the volatility, we like volatility because it gives those big extension bars that we can take profit from. I do trade crypto from time to time, but again, volume and volatility are not there in the crypto market unless you go to the low cap coins, which is more akin to gambling. You've not got the volume in the low cap coins, but you have the volatility. You have the volume in the higher cap coins, but you don't have the volatility. So you're missing one of the 2 key elements. Whereas in the low cap stocks, you get them both. What stock am I looking at right now? I'm still watching JX Lux Ventures. So we just tapped 650, and I'm looking for the break of 650. So now I'm looking for the break of highs, actually. So that we didn't get the follow through on the volume. I want 660s. $667 is the high of day. So I thought we might get the next candle to make a new high, the bull flag, if you will, on the 5 minute. Thought we might get that, but we didn't. We've not got the follow through. Still might happen on 5 minute, but it's not really showing. We're getting the volume coming through now, actually. So we might get that break of highs. So I'm going to get in for the break of high rather than the break of that candle. I'm going to go in for 25,000, but I'm just going to get in there for 10,000. And I'll give it, what are we in? 670 I got filled. Give it 20 cents. Okay, let's try it again. So I got filled for the break of the high, but it didn't follow through. We didn't get the volume, so I'm just gonna get out. Here, hang on a minute. Moving back up. I want consolidation. I want the move up. So there's a big range in this, big range. I'm just it's moving quickly, so it's difficult to manage your risk with kind of a 20 cent. It's going to have to be 50. So 620 is my exit. That was a very low volume candle in comparison to the previous two, about a third of previous two. So I want to see this move up, retake 650 and get us back up towards the highs. Retest the highs. It's going to have to get out here. If it falls below 625, I'm going to have to get out. That didn't break out how I wanted it to break out. That's the break of highs. And I don't want to be giving too much of my profit back on the day. I can always get in again later. Just watching it consolidate now. Wanted it to move up to the highs, break through the highs, and with volume. We had the volume candle come in, but we didn't break. We didn't get the follow through. So now I'm in this position and I'm just, there we go, get out. Okay, so we're still 9,000 up on the day. It's still a good day, but we're just giving back the best part of $4,000 worth of profit, $5,000 worth of our profits off the top. So we've just got to be careful with the next setup. But again, you've got to do that. Not every trade's going to go your way. You've got to accept that sometimes you're going to be wrong. I don't so much risk a certain percentage of my account, Chris. That's a good question. So the risk I set is based on the position. And I was going in there with that trade, and normally you would put a plan in place as you enter a trade. So I was going to go into that one with a 20 cent stop loss, but very quickly the range was too big to have a 20 cent stop loss. So I had to adjust and have a 50 cent stop loss. So the fact I was in for 10,000, I was risking 5,000. But the way this has moved, there's absolutely no doubt in my mind that this could have moved up and I could have made 10,000 on that move. So for the break of $7, and it would have gone up to kind of 750. So yeah, you want to try and have a 2-to-1 risk versus reward, but it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm risking a certain percentage of my account. So I started with 82,000 equity, which gives me over $500,000 worth of buying power. But $10,000, 10,000 shares at $6 is only 60,000. So I'm not even, remotely close to what my buying power is. I could go in with 25,000 shares for the breakout then, and then that would have, given back all my profits on the day. Because I almost did try and take 25,000 shares. I changed my mind and went 10,000 just to protect the profits. So you've got to bear that in mind. I'm already I'm already double my daily goal at the moment. So 9,800 is double the 5,000 daily goal that I have. So it's pulling back from the highs again. What else are we looking at? So the wider markets are green. SPY's green. Nasdaq's green, 1.5%. The Nasdaq having a good day, another good day. So we're having a bit of a market rally over the last week or so. So I'm just watching if this falls below 550s, I would say we're going to have to wait for consolidation there. Let's look at what else is moving, if anything. Higher right. It's got good relative volume as well. Let's have a look at higher right. It's up 23%. What kind of, yeah, 22 million, 21 million float. Company reported Q4 results. Okay. Let's stick that on here since HRT. I always think of hormone replacement treatment. Stick that on there, but it's not moving right now. So that was a good trade. I enjoyed trading that one. Granted, I didn't really want to give the 5,000 back off the top, but that happens. You can't win them all. IQ moving up. Why is IQ moving up? What's the catalyst? One of those Chinese movers. 60 million float. Okay. And this what happens if you got your scanners set. You start seeing the momentum that they will pop through on momentum. So IQ's half of its normal daily. Looking at the relative volume here for these new gappers are moving up. Okay, so IQ. I'll take a starter position for the break of this candle here. Okay, 1414. I'll be interested. Actually, no, it's not gapping up. It's not going that. It's going up steady, but it's slow. Let's see. Okay, we'll take a starter position there. That little mini pullback, the breakout. A little bit of a pullback on the 5 minute, on the 1 minute. Then next candle to make a new high was here at 414. So I want to see this move on up with continued momentum. So 410's our exit. That's the pullback of the previous candle, low of the previous pullback. That's 410. We're only giving it 4 cents risk. So I want to see this up at 420s. Just in this for 2,500 shares. So we're not risking big size because the volatility is not huge at the minute. So we're risking $100. In the grand scheme of things, it's not going to break the bank today. Pulls back to 410s and beyond. Okay, so that pulled back too far for us. So $150 we lost on that one. We can't have every trade a winner. Okay, so that was IQ. It's moving up. IQ is the third top gapper now. we've basically traded the top 3 gappers above $3. If I just take this filter out, have a look at some of the smaller gappers. JP, American Ventures, yeah, Palisades. So we've got some. There are some smaller tickers for the people with smaller accounts, but I know what my sweet spot is, and it's not below $3. So it's important to me. Okay, let's look for a flag breaker. So the high of that is 12 or 12. Okay. So user wants to know, if he takes the course, how much would you need to actually start trading? Well, that's kind of one of those how long's a piece of string type questions. So the question I would ask you is, what is your objective? You know, how much would you be looking to earn on an annual basis? How much do you want to earn on an annual basis? And then you break it down. So if you're saying, okay, well, my job is I get paid $50,000 a year, for example, and I want to replace my job. And okay, if you want to replace your job with trading, you need to be looking at, on average, kind of what, $1,200 a month. What's that? Enough? $4,000 a month. Will give you that $48,000. So you're looking at 4,000. Yes, it is Shando. It's 9,000 profit. So 4,000 a month. So 4,000 a month is 1,000 a week. 1,000 a week is 200 a day. So that's really what you want to be saying to yourself. So to do 200 a day, you want to have a buying power of about 20,000. So given that if your buying power is 20,000, then you're going to be doing 1% gain every day on that buying power, and then it's a realistic. You want to be doing more than that, of course, but this is kind of the goals that you want to be setting. A 1% gain on a daily basis, you're setting more than realistic goals. So if you're then doing 200 a day on that 20,000 buying power, if depending on which broker you go with, if you've got a broker that's going to give you, it's going to give you, say, a 4 times leverage schedule, then you want to be having at least $5,000 deposited into that account. If you're going to get a broker that's going to give you a 6 times leverage schedule, you want something like maybe $3,000 or $3,500 to deposit into your account. So it depends on what your objective is to get out of it on a daily basis. If you've only got $1,000, for example, small account, $1,000, the first question I would ask you is your broker going to give you leverage on that? Because most brokers, a lot of brokers won't give you any leverage less than $2,500 deposit. And then or they'll give you only 2-to-1 leverage, or something like that. If someone starts at 5,000, how should they go about getting to that magic 25,000? Slowly is the way I would answer that one. Very simple answer. So you want to take your buying power, whatever buying power you get from your broker with the leverage, and to kind of give yourself, in a small account, give yourself a goal of 1% daily. And you know, if you're not getting that, it doesn't matter. So if you start off when you're a beginner trader, the percentages don't matter. Okay, the objective is for the first month or the first 6 weeks, you just want to have more green days than red days, and you want to have bigger wins than you have losses. So you just want to be proven profitable in the long term over a course of 4 to 6 weeks. That's to start off with. So you might say, okay, I'm going to target myself of having $50 profit on a daily basis. And $50 it basically means that you're only risking 25 on a daily basis. Okay, so that risk versus reward situation that you want should be a 2-to-1 ratio. So if you're risking $50 and you might have a max day, if you're your goal is $50 or per trade or whatever it is. You might have a daily goal of $100 or a max loss of $50. You work out what you're comfortable losing on a daily is the bottom line. And when you lose it, walk away. Don't do what I did yesterday. Granted, what I did yesterday was the right move in hindsight, but don't do what I did yesterday and dig yourself a big red hole and then carry on trading and try and trade your way out of it. I did it yesterday, but it was more often than not, you end up digging a bigger hole. So don't do that. Do as I say, not as I do. It's probably the best way of saying that. Then you get the compounding factor. So if you're looking at your 1% per day, so if you start off with 5,000 on your account and you're getting 4 times leverage, so you've got a $20,000 account, you're setting yourself a profit goal of $200 a day. So on your after your first week, so let's just round numbers. After your first week, you've got $200 a day, and you manage to do that 5 days of that first week. Let's say you don't manage to do that for 5 days. You have 4 winning days and 1 losing day, okay? And your losing day is $200 as well. So you're then 5,800 going into the second week. So 5,800 going into the second week then gives you a 4 times leverage, and you've got over $23,000 to play with. So your goal on the second week is not $200 a day; it's then $230 a day. You see how that compounding effect works, and you end up, before you're doing it, you're 250. I mean, you can round it up or down, whatever you feel comfortable with. You get that compounding effect, use of the leverage schedule to your advantage, but you always manage your risk. Always manage your risk. Don't be holding on to your losers for too long. So we're just about to get break of highs 415 here. Okay, so I'm just gonna 416 is my entry. Okay, so got in at 417. Just 5,000 shares to start off with. It's not moving quickly enough for me to go big size. I don't want to risk a big size. Getting volume coming through. I see this up at 520. There we go. I'll take half off there for a bit of profit. So that's wiped out the losing trade from earlier. And now 420 is our exit. Well, a stop loss at 420. We'll still have a bit of profit on this if it pulls back all the way to 420. Getting a bit of meeting a bit of resistance at 428. So I want to see this move up. Test 430. I don't like these strange numbers. I like the round numbers, and most people do, which is why you tend to find support and resistance falls at those even numbers, whole dollar numbers, quarter, half, and whole dollars. We're past the quarter dollar, so the 10-cent levels, 5 and 10-cent levels, round numbers. Finding resistance at 428 is unusual. But if it pulls back, I'll probably take an extra $50 on this profit or something. $100 profit will do me. Can we break the 430s? Right, okay, we're up there now. So I want to see this moving up towards 435. It's moving slowly though in comparison to what we were looking at earlier. I'm still keeping an eye on Triple L, because I've got Triple L here. I've got Dragonfly here. Dragonfly looks trying to make its way back up towards the volume weighted average. I'm keeping an eye on those. Low of this is 426, so that's our new stop. The low of the previous candle is our new stop. So we're only in for 2,500 shares at this stage. If we can get, we're 417, so if we can get 20 cents, 437, I might double my position. But it's not moving up, so I'm not really comfortable with this one in terms of the overall movement. Just gonna keep holding. Volatility on the moves isn't I'm not seeing it as big. So just watching this for further moves up. Low of this last candle is 429, so that's our new stop. 429. So the next time it breaks a new low is when I exit this trade. It's quite simple. No, I use limit orders. So I buy the bid and I sell the ask, but I always have a limit on there, and where I can. So I use limit orders. I don't use market orders. I use a market order if I have to press the panic button and sell quickly on a flush or something like that. But more often than not, I'm using the bid and the ask. So always limit orders. And I don't like selling market orders because that way you're going to get the whole position filled at the best offer, and you tend to get more slippage on market orders. So that's another part of risk management with the limit order. At least you'll if it turns against you, it's not going to you might get some of your order filled, but then the rest of your order you'll hold the rest of your position. And you're not selling at a ridiculous price. So the low of this last candle, 435. So we're just moving up our stop. Okay. Pull back. I don't want to see it go lower than that. So if it breaks lower, then that's our exit. There we go. That's our exit. 434. Okay, that was a good trade, $475. So I'm not using Bloomberg. I'll tell you what I'm going to do now. Whilst it's a bit quieter, whilst the volume's died off a little bit, I'm going to give you the tour of my desktop, and I'll show you exactly what I'm using, and I'll show you exactly how I pick my stock selection, what I've got for my stock selection. So for those of you on YouTube or Twitch or Twitter, you'll see my cursor moving about on wherever it is, and that's what I'll be talking about. For those of you on TikTok, I will flip the camera around, and so this is where I find the scanners. Okay, these are my scanners. This is where I find the stocks to trade. So every morning before the market opens, I'll start off with a pre-market, and I've got this here set to pre-market. It's now regular market, so I set it to regular market. I've got filters in here, so I've got filters based on price. I don't trade anything. I don't want to see anything less than $3. So if it's above $3, it'll show up. If it's less, it won't. Okay, a number of reasons about why that is, and I can go into that if you want me to, but that's just my preference. And I also have a minimum volume of 50,000 shares traded in the session. Okay, so those are my filters before it even starts. Then I'm looking for stocks that are gapping up on relative high volume. So you can see here that JX Lux Venture is up at 190%. We've got Dragonfly is up at 90%, was up over 100% earlier, so, and it's trying to make its way back. IQ, these are the three that I've traded already, and that's up 30%. If I look at the relative volume, I can see what the average volume is on any given day. So you can see here on JX Lux Ventures that it's traded over 41 million shares traded. It normally would trade 42,000. So we're looking at, it's 1,000x it's 1,000 times its normal level. If I look at Dragonfly here, it's 112 million shares traded. It normally trades 212,000. IQ is pretty much in line to it is higher relative volume because we're only just over an hour in, and it's pretty much at its daily level already. So that IQ will probably trade twice its volume level today. So that's relative volume. What I can do with this as well is let's see if I just pull this up here. Pull this up here for the guys in YouTube. This is what pops up, and it gives me all the information. This is Benzinga Pro, okay? And what happens is, if you can see there, what's the catalyst? Dragonfly shares trading high after the company announced it received an order for medical response and search and rescue drones, okay? And that's for deployment in Ukraine. So then I can look at the key data. I can look at how big the float size is. So it's not got a float size, so I'm just taking the actual outstanding shares to be the float size, 32 million. So I'll typically will look for lower float stocks, so anything under 100 million ideally in terms of float size is what I'm looking for. Again, short float, short percentage, and that kind of stuff, okay? So this is Benzinga. This is my gap scanner here. I've got this from a momentum scanner, which is it's looking for the same things, but over the last 15 minutes. So after the open, I tend to base a lot of my trades or scanners. This is where LLL came in. It's on the momentum scanner. And then I've got the surging scanners, which is 5 minutes, and this one's based on volume. So this is sorted by volume. You can see SoFi right now is the top. It's been the top traded stock over the last 5 minutes. It's only gone up 2%, but it's gone up on big volume. Below that, I've got my signals. So I get price spike activity, halt and resumes, high of day. So I'm looking for momentum or reversals. I can get the highs and the lows if I want to check those. When I've run out of stocks to trade, particularly at the end of the day, I will turn these highs and lows on and look for potential reversal signals. And then I've got my news ticker. Okay, so this is all Benzinga. So where do I find Benzinga? So you in my profile, you follow the TikTok trader, and you click on the link tree, and you can find Benzinga here. Okay, so the third one down, trade stocks, and when you go into Benzinga, this is what happens. You start your free trial 14 days. You got free trial 14 days. You don't need a credit card to do a free trial. All you need is an email address, and you get in there, and then you get all these. You can get access to all these scanners, alerts, chat, calendars, IPO calendars, or anything like that, news events. Benzinga, it's worth its weight in gold. I can't comment enough about it. Also, you'll find on the link tree is probably the most valuable link that you'll ever come across in your life. This is a course that I created myself, where you can learn all the strategies, all the techniques for profitable day trading that I use, okay? So you can sign up. What you'll learn is you'll learn all about trading. You'll learn the concepts of day trading, the likes of what volume is, how to use level 2, time and sales, what technical indicators like the VWAP, and what the most popular strategies and how to apply those strategies. So this is the full syllabus. You can go and have a look at it, check it out yourself. It's $150 a month, US dollars. You can subscribe to longer than that, and as part of that, you actually get a one-to-one session with me for direct coaching, mentorship, and review, etc. I've even posted on there my 3 months profit and loss. At the end of this month, I'll add another 3 months, so I'll have 6 months, and then I'll have a rolling 6 months going forward. So I've got my trader view stats and my broker reports there. So just to show that the strategies that I'm teaching, the strategies that I do, are profitable strategies. Okay. What else on here? So Dash Trader. So I trade with Dash Trader, and I'll come to that in a second. So if I just minimize this. This is Daytrader. So I'm trading with Daytrader Pro. And this here is, I've got trading on the 1 minute and the 5 minute. I've got down here the 60 minute. I'm not using this a huge amount. Really, I'm just looking for confirmation of support and resistance. And I've got the daily. The daily tells me if it's in a long-term trend or not. As you can see, IQ is in a long-term downward trend, but it's had a couple of good, having a couple of good days over the last week. So that the wider trend can impact the intraday movement as well. So over here is still Daytrader Pro, but I've got 8 windows, which is the chart format of my watch list. Okay. So over here you can see right now I'm $10,000 to the good at the moment. That's my profit and loss and where I've actually made the money. And over here I've got my streaming activity. I've got the chat for streaming. So that's what I'm doing on a daily basis. So back to the link. You can sign up for where is it, charting, trading view. You can actually paper trading. In fact, I'll do a video on that. So as a tutorial, if you want to learn how to trade but you don't have a broker, learn how to chart first. Technical analysis. You can actually go into trading view. I'll just pull up my trading view, and you can. This is trading view here, okay. And I've got the Bitcoin up here, but you can actually, there is, if you go down here, there's paper trade. You can actually do a paper trading here and practice on trading view if you want to. And just go into it. It's free. Just trading view is free, so go in there and try it for yourself. It's really useful for trading. Now this one's Daytrader. You can actually get that as a simulator. You can subscribe to it. You can use it to access through your broker as well. It's direct access software. There's a number of different ones. I'll probably do a review of the best ones and post it on YouTube or in the as one of the lessons in the course, one or the other. There's a couple of other links in there. You can have it for proprietary trading. So you can go to TradeNet. You click on that one, and they will give you a funded account. And there's a couple of ways of going about this. So you can actually get a funded account for $80,000 worth of active live account. So you can click on this one. They will give you, for you risk $2,700, they will risk $1,300. So it's kind of, and you will keep 75% of any profits. They'll keep 25% of the profits. So that's in line with their risk versus yours. They will give you $80,000 capital, and the thing is that you can't lose more than $4,000. They will liquidate your position if you go below $76,000 on this account. Okay, so it's minimizing their exposure, but basically that means you lose the $2,700. Okay, there's a smaller account you can try that with. $14,000 active live account, and on both of these you get a practice account, simulator account to try the strategies out. But on this one it costs $350. It's a good way to get into the markets without risking too much money. And on this the max loss is $700. So it's a 50-50 risk that they're going in with you, but you're getting that initial equity of 14,000's worth of buying power, and it's you're risking 350, they're risking 350, and it's only fair that you do that. Okay, take your time. If you're going to do that, take your time. It's a 70% profit split in your favor, but manage your risk accordingly. Okay, if you want to try that again, there's a cheaper option, which is a challenge, and the good thing about this is it's $200 for the challenge. Max loss is $500. You get a $10,000 simulator account. It's not an active live account. It's a paper trading account. But if you gain 30% over what, it's not on a daily, it's not on a weekly, it's over any length of time, without going below 9,500, they will either give you $2,000 in cash, or they'll give you that original $80,000 live account to trade. it's a good way to get into the markets with minimal exposure, minimal risk. If you can't risk $200, if $200 is too much to risk, you might be asking, you might well ask yourself, okay, well, do I really want to trade in the markets? Can I really afford to be trading in the markets right now? You might want to see, work your way up to that. Okay. Same thing. They also have a crypto version. It's the same sort of thing. I'll just scroll down to this, but it's slightly different pricing. So they've got a $60,000 crypto account, 75.25 again, but the max loss is 3,600. It's slightly less. And on the cheaper option, it's a $10,000 crypto account, 70-30 in your favor, but the max loss is 600, and that's for $200. So it's a cheap way to get into the market, rather than risking your own money, risk somebody else's. Okay, so this is where I'm Benzinga Pro. Follow the TikTok trader. Swipe left and follow the TikTok trader. Benzinga Pro. I swear by this. This is where I'm getting my my ideas for trades. This is where I'm picking up the stocks as they're moving before they've made the 200%, before they've made the 350%. This is where I'm picking up and getting in. Okay, so I'm just going to flip this round. Here's my face again. Got to be honest, we've had a good stream considering I started half an hour late. I'll have to start at half an hour late myself. We're having a good day, John. Having a good day. So, you might be late, but so I was late as well. So we're currently 9,000 in profit net. We're just over 10,000 profit on the trade P&L. But after commissions, charges, and everything else, we're up 9,000 on the day. So it's a good day. It's a good day. We've had 3 trades, 3 green. So accuracy 100% and good sizes on them too. So we're now just waiting for some movement. We're just watching it consolidating. There's nothing. None of the big gappers are. Where did IQ? None of the big gappers are upwards momentum right now. So BKKT. Let me have a look at what that chart. So this is gapper number 4. So that's already reached peak, $7. Let me have a look at the relative volume on this one. It's already it's approaching its daily average. So it's not high relative volume, but it is good volume. What I'd like to see now is on the momentum scanner. I'm getting see some stocks that are gapping, that are moving over the last 15 minutes, kind of 8 to 12% over the last 15 minutes. Down under 5%. It just shows it's got momentum on the upwards, but it's not really at a level that I would say is going to make a huge difference to the daily. Now, I'm happy right now. If I don't take any more trades for the rest of the day, it's 90 minutes into the market. If I don't take any more trades for the rest of the day, I'm happy to walk away from a trading desk green again. Today's been a good day. So we've got officially half an hour of the stream left. Let me know if we've got 6,000 likes. If we get 10,000 likes in the TikTok stream, we get 10,000 likes. Then I will stay on for an extra half an hour until 4 o'clock my time. So I've got half an hour left of the stream. But if I get 10,000 likes, we're currently at 6.9 thousand likes. If we get 10,000 likes, I'll add back the half an hour that I missed at the beginning of the day, because my little princess here is. I'll just show how cute this is. Poor little thing. She's not feeling great. So this little darling had to go to the vets today, and yeah. So she's sleeping away on the. That's her sofa, by the way. That's her bed. So she's got a sofa for her bed. But there you go. Here's my face again. I'll just mirror this and put it back. Okay. So, Wamful, what was that homepage? Is there a link so you can read up on it? Yes, that homepage is in my bio. So if you swipe left, you'll see my face again. If you just click on my face, it'll take you to my bio, and if my little icon, it'll take you to my bio, and you follow the TikTok trader. It takes you to that link tree that I just showed you, and you get all access to all of those pages that I just showed you. No, I didn't, Jack. So we took IQ, and the first position we took, we exited for a loss, but then we got back in again a little while later for the breakout of the highs, and we finished because we lost $150 in that first position. So the first position with IQ was a loss, but then we got back in and we made we're 475 green on it. So it looked like we was going to have a red trade with IQ, but we just entered at a later position and made it green. You know what, Chow Chow's, it's funny you should say that, because absolutely they're more like a cat than a dog. They're very aloof. She doesn't know that, so she's very affectionate like a dog, whereas most Chow Chows are very aloof. They sleep and they're lazy like a cat. They'll just but she's very needy. She likes a lot of attention. So, but she snores. If you hear snoring, it's not me that's fell asleep. I promise you, it is the teddy bear on the sofa there. So we're getting there's quite a lot of movement. I'm just going to have a look at Billy. So Billy. So we're getting a lot of these moves, but they're not coming with. So I'm not seeing them surge. So we're not getting that 10%, 15% move on the 5 minutes or whatever. It's the steady moves upwards. So we're getting a lot of upwards movement, but it's steady. So we're not getting the volatility that I like to see. It's slow and steady moves upwards, which is great for swing traders, and for momentum, pattern traders like me. I don't like the consolidation. I prefer to get into a move, ride it up quickly, and then take profit and get out when it starts to change sentiment. So there's quite a few. I'm just gonna add some of these IQ to this list. And Chatty, Easy UN, and anything that's Ding Dong. Someone mentioned Pinduoduo to me earlier today, and that's gapping up. It's like 16% as well. So it's got good volume. I don't know if it's good relative volume. Let's have a quick look, because I know it's quite a big float is Pinduoduo. So yeah, it's good relative volume. It's a good 2x. Let's pull this up. I'll just click that there on here. This is PDD. So it's good relative volume. I want to see if there's a so it's the wider Chinese stock sector. So shares of several Chinese stocks are trading higher on continued volatility. Last week's news of China's Financial Stability and Development Committee urging market stability measures, along with strength in Alibaba, are helping lift Chinese equities. So that's why it's gapping up. And the thing is with PDD, I thought this was it's 1.2 billion shares. I don't know what the float is though, and that's the problem. So it'll be interesting to see what the actual free float is on that. But 1.2 is a bigger cap stock than I would normally like to trade. But whoever was asking about Pinduoduo earlier, there you go. It's on the screen and it's gapping up. So I'm just we've got a lot to choose from in terms of gappers. What we don't have is the momentum right now. There's a lot of sideways consolidation. Don't know why that's in there. Billy sideways moving right now. HRT low volume, so I'll get rid of that one. Eason's pulling back. Pinduoduo. Givo selling off. I'll get rid of that one. So BKKT, let's have a look at that one. I'll add that one as well. I always come back to it. So I've now got the top gappers, top 5 gappers above $3. And close that back down so we can see everything. So we're looking here is high of day, high of that candle, 672. So I want to see it break over 670s. Ideally retest $7. So I'm just going to put a little horizontal line here so I know where we are. I wouldn't say it's looking to break out. It's moving up. There's no breakout pattern as yet that I can see. Maybe you can see something I can't. But on the 5 minute, it's just moving. Starting to move back up again. But we're waiting to get to a breakout, which will be 672. Let's move that slightly down. 673 is the level that we need to get to. So we've got another 40 cents to move to. We've got resistance at the $half level, so that I want to see it above 650s before I start looking to trade it again. We'll probably get rejected at 650, I would imagine. If it moves up to 650, we'll get a pullback there, and I want to see it break above that. Okay. You have $500. Can you invest with me? Yes, you can. The best way you can invest with me is investing in yourself. For $500, you can take $150 of that and buy the course and learn how to trade. I break it down in there's a few people in the chat today that there's a few people in the chat today that have already taken the course or are working their way through the course. So if you've got $500 to invest rather than invest it with me, invest in yourself. Learn how to do this. Then you take another $150, invest it in, say, a Dash Trader account, and practice on the simulator for a month. It might take you 2 months, so that'll be up to $450. So $500 ain't going to get you that far, but that's what I would say with $500. Learn how to trade first. Learn how to do technical analysis. Learn how to recognize the support and resistance areas. My goodness, that just dropped 60 cents in a matter of a couple of seconds. 70 cents. From 640 down to 575. That was dangerous. So that was Jake's Lux Ventures. So just be careful, guys. The volatility there. That for me is somebody unleashing big size. So somebody there was unloading big size. Let me have a look at the volume on that one. So someone probably unloaded probably about 300,000 shares in one go there, or 350,000, something like that. That's how you chat on YouTube, Phil. Absolutely. What kind of volume do I look for in the trade? It's a good question. So John on YouTube's asked, what kind of volume do I look for in a trade? It's got to be relative volume. So it's got good relative volume, and relative volume comes in two formats. Really, what you want it to be doing is trading. It's trading high at a higher level than it would normally. On an average, given if it normally would trade 2 million shares on a given day, you want it to be at least trading 4 million. So like a 2x relative volume. But also what you want it to be doing is trading relative to its free float. So if it's got a 50 million share float, and it normally trades like 2 million shares a day, trading 4 million shares might not create the volatility that we're looking for because it's got such a big float size. So the relative volume, it's got to be relative to its float size, but it's also got to be relative to what it normally trades at as well. You want it at least 2x on what it normally trades. So in terms of relative volume. Snow is having a nice run up, is it? I lost money with Snow when I first started. It is, actually. It's a higher cap stock. I don't trade these for obvious reasons. Whilst you can make good money with them, it's currently up 6%. So it doesn't meet my minimum gap requirement, which is 15%. And it's pretty much moved only 15% today. But it's only moved 6% today, sorry. But yeah, it's if you're in Snow, it's having a good day today. Had a good day a couple of days ago, then kind of sold off and lost its gains yesterday, and it's back up to those highs, 225, 226 now. So yeah, Snow's having a good day. Okay. Am I using TradingView? I use TradingView. I do use TradingView. I just showed TradingView earlier. If you're wondering what TradingView is, I'll pull up TradingView. I like TradingView for charting. So this is TradingView. I've got the Bitcoin. I'm looking at the crypto on TradingView. This is TradingView, and from a charting perspective, I really like TradingView. It makes it easy to do trend lines, support, resistance, that kind of stuff. But in terms of the charts that you're seeing here, these charts are Dash Trader. Now, Dash Trade is great for trade execution, but for charting, it probably isn't one of the better platforms. So that's why I also use TradingView if I'm reviewing action, if I'm reviewing trades, I'll look at it on TradingView. If I'm mapping out support and resistance areas, I have no problem using TradingView. And normally I will put TradingView on my fourth monitor. So I've got 3 monitors that you can see on the TikTok screen. And on the fourth monitor, I sometimes have TradingView up there. At the moment, I've got my stream chats. So I've got Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok all open on the fourth monitor, so I can address the chat. So yeah. And Australian share stocks. I don't trade the Australian market. I don't trade the European markets. I don't trade the Hang Seng or the Far East markets. I only trade the reason I trade. And people ask me, why don't you trade the FTSE? But why don't you trade the Irish Stock Exchange? You're based in Dublin. And the answer, quite simply, is volume. 85–90% of the world's day traders, retail traders, trade the US markets. So the volume, you can get volatile moves on all of the other markets, but you're not going to get the volume for the follow-through. So if a pattern sets up on one of the other markets, then you might get a blank because there's no trades take place. So I don't know who Irish Preppy Claws are, but if you want to join me, send me a message first. Don't just try and join the stream without permission. Yeah, volume. So as day traders, the two things that we look for are volume and volatility. And without one, the others are completely irrelevant. We need those. We need both for trades to be to make profitable trades. And so you can get the volatility in the other markets, but you don't get the volume. And this is why I don't day trade crypto, because with the higher cap coins, you get the volume, but not the volatility. And with the low cap coins, you get the volatility, but not the volume. So it becomes more difficult to be profitable on a daily basis if you're trading crypto. Although I do trade crypto occasionally, but I tend to swing trade as opposed to day trade. So, and there are different ways of doing that. I'm going to do a tutorial. I'm going to add it to the course in terms of swing trading, and of course I'll do a section on crypto. So the course that I've got in there as well. It's the strategies that you've got here, but I'm going to continue to add to it and make it better as time goes along. So. Do I get help with my social media? Not at the moment. I am my own social media manager, Jack. Why are you stumping yourself up for the job? What's my approach to taxes? Is there a way to approach this within an ISA? Yes, absolutely. But you're limited on how much you can actually do in an ISA. So you can do ISA, you can do a retirement account or an IRA. If you're in the States, it's kind of a pension. You're effectively managing your own pension fund. I've got that. Now, my retirement account is with Interactive Brokers, as opposed to this active day trading account here. So very often what I'm doing is I'm taking profits from my account with CMake, and I'm moving them to Interactive, and I'm putting it in my retirement account. So that's one way of doing it. Now, going back to automating trading, no. I'll come back to that in a second. So going back to the first part of that question, Phil, is my approach to taxes. Now, there's a number of ways to minimize or reduce your tax liability. And one of those is form your own LLC or limited company. What that is effectively you're doing there, instead of trading like self-employed or trading in your own name, you trade in a limited liability company or a limited company if you're in the UK, same thing, which reduces your overall limit exposure, and you can get a lot of breaks as a small business. My first bit of advice is with regards to taxes is speak to a good accountant, and they can advise you accordingly. Now, on the back of that, if your aim is to live wherever you're living, if you're living in East Sussex, or if you're living in Dublin, or if you're living in New York, and that's where you want to live for the rest of your life, that's fine, that's great. But you're going to have to adhere to the tax legislation in your jurisdiction. Unfortunately, there's no way to get away from having to pay the tax is due in your jurisdiction. However, that being said, places like the Isle of Man, for example, which is halfway between Ireland and the UK, or the Channel Islands, or Gibraltar on the south coast of Spain, or the Cayman Islands, or even Puerto Rico in the States, nice sunny places next to the beach, they don't have capital gains tax legislation. They don't have capital gains tax laws. But I'm not saying that you should up sticks and move to one of these locations in a sunny location where you can just trade for a couple of hours at the beginning of the day and the rest of the day is free to sit on the beach and drink pina coladas. I'm not saying you should do that, but if you did, what I'm saying is your tax liability is likely to be zero based on capital gains if you are based out there and the company you're trading in is based out there. Now, there are going to be business running costs and things like that, but if you're making enough money, it's not going to make much difference. So just putting that into context. So trading within an ISA account, you are limited on an annual basis of how much you can put in. But if you, so it's capped. An ISA is capped, but it is a good way to minimize your exposure in the first instance. The advantage of trading in a retirement account is that it's all tax free, provided you don't withdraw any of it before you retire, before your retirement age. So when you retire, that's when it becomes you then start taking your pay from that. So what's the next question? Okay, so Triple L did make a run up, but it didn't get past that 650 level. I did say it's going to meet resistance there, and I wasn't wrong. So I'm just going to draw a little trend line on the 5-minute. From the high of the day to that most recent high. So now I'm looking for a break of that line for me to then start taking notice. If anyone can hear that snoring, I promise you it isn't me. It is the dog. But she's not well, so I'm going to forgive her sleeping and snoring. Okay, how do I decide which stocks and what stocks to buy? So Diamond, that's a good question. So I use Benzinga. Benzinga Pro is the platform here that you see all these little alerts. I've got scanners for the largest gap on the day. I've got scanners for the largest gap over the last 15 minutes. The gain is over the last 15 minutes. I've got surging scanners based on how many shares are being traded over the last 5 minutes, and also, you know, what's moved up the most in the last 5 minutes. I've got alerts based on price spikes, highs of session or highs of days. I've got the rolling news. So I've got all of this in real time that I use to select a stock. And if I look at what's just hit this scanner right now, is Sopa. And it's halted. It's just bounced up. So it's halted, which gives me enough time to take a look at the news catalyst, why it's just moved up so much in such a very 20% in 15 minutes, 20% in a very short space of time. Okay. Interesting. So Society Pass has gained Tuesday morning with the stock gaining in pre-market. Technical score, that's weird. There's got to be something else. All right, okay, so FY21, so this is why. So FY21 sales up 519,000, up from 52,000 year over year. So that's why. So what are we? That was 5 minutes ago. Oh, this was released. So yeah, it gapped up on this news, on the sales reports. So key data, 16 million, 17 million. So it's a decent one. So I'll add that to the list. HRT is dying, so I'll get rid of AMC. Sopa. Gapping up at the minute. Now that was low volume. So what I want to see is everybody that's taking notice of that start trading it now, so the volume starts to come in. Otherwise, that's not going to be a trade. That you've got the volatility. That's a classic case. If you've got the volatility there, but no volume. So now I want to see volume coming after that big move. If it's going to continue moving up, I want to see it do that on big volume. Now, Society Pass went up to $20 odd last year. and it did that over a couple of days. So it has a history of making big moves. I mean, it moved from back in December, it moved up from 450 to 1126. It went up from 450 to over 1350. It did a $9 move in a single day. It did another $9 move back in. So in December, it's not uncommon for Society Pass to do a $9 move in a single day. So it's worth watching based on historicals. It's got good news. It's just jumped kind of, what's that, 55 cents. So when that resumes, if we get the crowds following it, it potentially could make a move up to the upside. So I'll put it on the watch list. Keep an eye on it. That's Society Pass, SOPA, SOPA. What programs are you using and how much the monthly cost? So do I trade options or buy the stocks? I'm trading stocks. So options, I occasionally will trade options, but I don't use Finviz. I use Benzinga. Finviz, you can by all means use Finviz. Finviz is a free service. You can get a lot of the information I get from Benzinga off Finviz. It's not as good. It's not as user friendly as intuitive as Benzinga is, but it's a good tool. Do I do any spread betting? No, I don't. And depending on where you are, spread betting's illegal. So in a lot of jurisdictions, and I'm using a broker, not a bookie. So bookies will give you the spread bets, and any gains you make off spread betting are free. The problem with spread betting is the clues in the title. The spreads are poor, and then you're not getting limit orders. It's always market orders, so you get very poor fills as well. So spread bets. What program am I using? I'm using, like I said, Benzinga for the scanners, Benzinga for the news alerts and the signals and everything else, and I'm using Daytrading Pro for the trade execution. Links to everything that I use and links to all the information. Just swipe left and follow the TikTok trader. Follow the pointing arrows, and you'll get to see everything that I use. I don't use harmonics and Fibonacci levels and all that. It's all lagging indicators. But if you're swing trading, it can work well for you. No problem. I do this every day, Faris. I look for patterns and I look for pattern breakouts. So that's what I'm looking for on a daily basis. I look for stocks that are moving, following a particular trend. They're moving with volume. They've got a big range, i.e. the volatility on any given candle can give me the opportunity to make a good profit as well. And as well, spread betting accounts don't carry they only carry a subset of the market. So Triple L's trying to make a move back up towards this trend line up here at 620. So it's consolidating sideways at the minute. We might see Dragonfly move again. It's trying to get back above 325. We might see JX Lux Ventures move again. Right now, they're consolidating and moving sideways. Right now, I'm not trading because Society Pass is just is 51% up on the day. It's pulled back from that initial halt. Let's go back into SOPA. So that's another big one. It's the third biggest mover now. So we're getting volume coming through on that now. Like I said, so 450s, 455 is the level that I'm watching Society Pass on now. And the reason I know this is because Society Pass is a favoured one with a lot of the Reddit crowd. A lot of the Wall Street Bets guys watch SOPA on a daily basis. A lot of them are still holding bags from kind of $10, $12 from back in December or whatever it was. So I'm just going to look at 455 is the level. We could have got in for a potential kind of almost a bull flag. We could have got in at 420 and rode that up. I think that's why we got the volume come through, but I want to see the confirmation. I want to see it break highs. So the high of day so far is 455. We've got a lot of trading around the $4 level, and then yeah, $4. Next resistance level, we're probably looking at $5. So just watching Society Pass as it stands right now. Feeling crap today, just tested positive for COVID. Oh, well, sorry about that, Alistair. I've got to be honest. I don't see what the point of all these jabs are now. I got both my vaccinations. I didn't get the booster, and I'm not going to bother with the booster. I can't see the point of it because my next door neighbour, they had COVID before they got the jabs. Then they got COVID. They got the jabs last summer. They got the booster in November. And then they caught COVID again in December, and it ruined the Christmas. I'm like, hang on a minute. You've had COVID and you recovered from it. You got both vaccinations. You got your boosters, and then you still got it anyway. It just made no sense. They got the variant, and it was like, it made no sense to me. I'm like, well, what's the point? I might as well just take my chances. Okay. Have I made, Mr. Grader, have we made any money today? You made over $10,000 today. The stocks that we've been watching are moving sideways at the minute, with the one exception is Society Pass, which is just gapped up. But the stocks that we've been watching we've traded three different stocks, profitable on all three, 100% hit rate so far. We're a little over $10,000 in the green today. So the question was, how much bankroll do you need to start out? It depends on your objectives. So if you want to make $50 a day, then, you know, $1,000, you can make $50 a day. If you want to make $500 a day, then you probably need $5,000 as a minimum. So it depends on your objectives. If you've got bigger objectives, you need a bigger bankroll. There's no hiding the fact that you need money to make money. So if you've got a small account, you're going to make small gains. But if you're patient, the idea is that you exercise a strategy and discipline to grow your small account into a level where you can actually start taking those good gains. A medium-sized account, $20,000, $30,000 account. But it takes time to get there. As long as you manage your risk, you can grow that account. And the way I always view it, and I've said this on the stream a couple of times, is once I deposit money into the brokerage, it's the broker's money. It's no longer my money. That's my fee for access to the markets. And then I'm just taking my profits, and I take my wage from the profits I make off that original fee. And that's the best way to look at it, is once you deposit money in the broker, it's gone. Okay, so you're not putting money into the broker that you can't afford to lose. If you view it as that's now the broker's money, and all that I've done is I've bought access to the markets, and it's a good way that it can help sometimes, for me anyway. It can help with the emotional part of it, is that, the easy come, easy go piece, that I've written that money off. So any profits that I'm making, I'm taking that as my wages. I'm taking that on an ongoing basis. But any losses that I'm making, I've already written the money off. So it doesn't hurt as much if you do it that way. That's what I do anyway. Who do I use as my stock data provider? I'm DAS Trader. So it's a direct market access software. So I trade via my it's synced in with my broker, but all the data comes from DAS themselves. Yeah, volume on the bottom of TradingView. So you're always looking at it's not so much an indicator of market momentum, unless you're looking at the volume. If you're actually looking at the SPY, for example, then it's an indicator of market momentum because it's following it's following the market. But it's an indicator of the momentum of that particular stock. So if you're looking on your scanners, you want to be looking for relative high volume. If a stock trades, 2 million shares every day and it's trading 2 million shares today, it doesn't mean it's actually doing anything different. We want to be looking for, extraordinary stocks that are not doing what they do normally. And that's how we make the money. We look for exceptions to, the daily rule. So if something it normally trades at $2 million and it's trading at $2 million, we're probably not going to get the volatility that we want. If it's normally trades at $2 million and it's already traded 22 million shares, shares, not dollars. If it trades 2 million shares on a daily and it's currently trading at 22 million shares, then it's 10x. It's 10 times its normal volume. So that's your indicator. It's the relative volume rather than the volume itself. Otherwise, we'd all be going to Bank of America that trades, hundreds of millions of shares every single day. But it trades the same amount every single day in a very small range. So we want to be going to stocks that are trading on relative high volume, not just on high volume. And it's got to be, the volume has got to be relative to the float size as well, the free float, in order to get the volatile moves. Again, Bank of America being the example here, is if you get 10 million shares traded of Bank of America, it's not going to move the needle very much. But if you get 10 million shares traded of Indonesian energy, that's 5 times. It's recycling its float 5 times. So you're going to get the volatile moves. So relative to the float size, relative to average volume as well, and that's how you get a sentiment to how that particular ticker, that particular instrument is moving. What is your risk management? Mine is 1%. So risk versus reward, rather than risk management. If you're saying you're going to risk 1% of your capital, that's one way of looking at it. I take each trade individually, and what I'm looking to make on each trade. So I might look, okay, well, I'm looking to make 20 cents on this move per share. I'll only risk 10 cents, and I'll get out if it goes against me. So my risk reward, do I aim for? I would look for a 2-to-1. Now, my trading style, I tend to take profits early. So if for example, if I'm looking at this stock now and I want to make a 2-to-1, I'll enter at 420. But if it pulls back, I'll cut my loss. I'll set my stop at 410. But I will be looking for it to reach 440. However, I'll take half my position off at 430. So it actually affects my overall risk versus reward ratio. But because I'm taking profits, I'm locking in profits. It's just a confidence thing with me. I like to lock in profits once I've got halfway to my target. And if that way, if it does reverse halfway there, I'm still on a profitable. I'm still on a profitable trade. I'll adjust my stop to break even at that stage. So it's a profitable trade overall. So that's kind of how I manage my risk on the main. It's kind of 2-to-1. Yeah, so 2x risk reward. That's the golden level, golden rule, golden ratio. So I don't trade forex. So for yourself, Paris, I'm not trading forex because it's a lot more risky than trading stocks. It's even more risky than trading crypto. Forex is probably one of the most risky instruments, statistically speaking. It's one of the most risky instruments. I've not got a position with SOPA. We've got this descending wedge. forming with SOPA. It's kind of just trading with the VWAP at the moment. So I'm just watching that, but I'm also watching Triple L and Dragonfly as well. I thought we'd get a lot more volume with SOPA. I mean, we've granted we've still got 12 million shares are coming in this last few minutes. But I'm watching this descending wedge. I can draw the little trend line down here. Actually, we're getting this descending wedge here, and we've got a little horizontal here, which is the support around $4, give or take. The whole dollars are psychological levels. So I've got the support, this descending wedge. Now, if this was a true flat bottom, I'd be worried about this breaking down, because typically a flat bottom is with a descending wedge. It's a bearish sign, and it very often will break downwards with volume. But the fact that this isn't a true flat bottom means that we may get that, but we may have a look at maybe more of a what's the word I'm looking for here? It's a pendant. Pendant? Yeah, it's a pendant that's forming here. So pendant flag. So if I get the red line again here from this one this way, we could be looking at that way. But that's just me putting that line there for confirmation bias. Really, if we probably look at, if it falls below 385, it's probably done. But this descending lower highs is not a good it's not a good signal. So that's why I've not entered yet. I've traded this many times before, and it's not uncommon for this to break upwards and make a big move on a day. It can make $8-9 move on a single day from around the $4 range. It did that back in December on 2 separate occasions. It made moves of $8-9. So it has the potential, which is why I'm watching it. It does have a lot of loyal followers. There's probably still a lot of bag holders back from December. I think this was even higher back in back in 2021. So if we look at back in September, it went up to $77 Society Pass. So it's down at $4. If you're bag holding from kind of $40-50 from last year, you're gonna be looking at this and praying that it goes on a run. No, I don't. So this is the point. So do I close my position? So this is another good thing between profitable traders and losing traders is you want to hold your position as long as possible. So you want to hold your winning position as long as possible. So once I've got to half my goal, I'll take half the position off, and then I'll ride it all the way up to my goal. At that stage, depending on the action of the instrument, but depending on the action of the stock, I might either add to my position and move my stop up to break even further, or I might let it ride a bit further and go maybe 2x my goal and add to my position there, and then take profit off. So I'll keep adding, scaling in and taking profit on as the movement goes up. I'll scale in, take profit, scale in, take profit. Constantly taking profits, but always keep that little bit of a cushion on your average buy price. And for me, it works out profitably to do that. So, yeah, I mean, 95% of people that trade Forex lose money in the long term. It's 85% of people that trade the stock market lose money. 95% that trade Forex lose money. And a lot of people try and get algorithms and trading bots, and they pay a fortune. They pay, you know, subscriptions to a trading bot that, and they lose money because these trading bots are just working on these same algorithms and indicators that you can see and that you can pull off on TradingView, for example. You know, they'll be looking at the Bollinger Bands, and they'll be looking at the RSI and stuff like that, and they'll get these indicators, they'll feed into the algorithms for entry and exit points, and it's too late because they're lagging indicators. So these bots, best case scenario with a bot is that it's break even in terms of accuracy. You'll back test it, and this is a funny thing, is they'll do a back test. They'll get the algorithm, they'll back test it, and then they'll tweak the algorithm for the back testing results, and they'll back test it again with the same results until they get the algorithm right. And then they'll go in there and they'll get like a 66% accuracy rate on let's say 2 or 3 different stocks that they'll back test it with, and then they'll go into a live market and they'll lose money. And they're like, oh, I don't know why I'm losing money. It's because you're tweaking it to confirm for confirmation bias. You're tweaking your back testing to make it fit the results that you want. You're not actually getting real results, and this is why a lot of the bots just don't work. The algorithms just don't work, and these back testing strategies based on lagging indicators, they won't work. So I'd rather just look at the price action, look at the patterns, and look for pattern breakouts, which is proving to be profitable for me. And the reason it's profitable is that I'm not the only one that's doing that. I'm not the only one, and the reason my strategies that work is they're not my strategies. They're common strategies that everybody trades. You look for the bull flag breakouts, the flat top breakouts, you short these flat bottom breakdowns and stuff like that. So the more people that trade the same strategies, the more reliable that they become. Swing trading is just a different way. Swing. A lot of people can make profits swing trading, just the same way as I make profits day trading. Just the way that people make profits from value investing. Swing trading is just a different type of trading, a different. You're holding it for a longer period. So that's broke down now, and that's now below $4. So SOPA for me, it gapped up and now it's selling off. So I'm going to go back to. So we broke this resistance, descending resistance line on JX Lux Venture. So I want to see this back up and retest the highs. 650 for me is kind of a line in the sand. It's tapped that as resistance a couple of times. So if it breaks above 650, I could be interested going forward. That's cap. Yes, not necessarily scale out. I scale in and out. So, for example, if I'm just scaling into something, and I might just add 5,000 and take 5,000 off at the same time. So I'll take 5,000 off to take half the profit, and then I'll add 5,000 at exactly the same price to maintain the position size for the moves up. But I've actually locked in the profits. So what actually happens with that is my average buy price moves up. So I just adjust my stop level. So I'm not scaling out of the position, but I am taking profits. So, I'm scaling in and scaling out. I do that, but I might just maintain let's say 10,000 shares, and I'll take 5,000 off. And at the same time, I'll be adding 5,000 because I'll lock in the profits, and I'm just increasing the average buy price. If I've got a cushion on my average cost, then I'll use that cushion to my advantage, and I'll just adjust my stop at that stage to break even. And that way, if it does pull back and go against me, regardless of the fact that I've just added back the share size that I've taken off, because I've adjusted my stop to a higher level, I can then get out at break even on that particular average cost, and I've already locked in the profits. So that's the way That's the way I scale it in and out. What I like to do is at the open, I like to go big size with the heavy volume at the open, because you tend to get a lot of momentum moves at the open, and they're more reliable. I never hold a position overnight, not with these stocks, because a lot of these stocks are garbage. If I'm being completely honest about it. So Faris has just asked me if I hold stocks overnight. Now, if you're swing trading and you like the stock and you think it's a safe bet, then that's fine. But for example, this Dragonfly, it's just got a great news of a contract that it's won for its drones, and it's moved up, and it's went up 100%. We've now got JX Lux Ventures is 205% up on the day, trying to get back to the highs. 205% up on the day. Just got rejected at 650. Like I said, it needs to be over 650. But it's up on the day, and it might sell off overnight, and I might not see it again. CEI is a perfect example of that, and a lot of people keep bringing CEI because they're holding bags from last December, or whenever it was, September, when it went up to like $5 a share, and it came back down again, and it's never seen the north side of $2 ever since. So I don't hold positions overnight on these low cap stocks. It's very risky. I don't mind holding positions with more reputable high cap stocks. If they're in an upwards trend, the trend tends to be more reliable with higher cap stocks than it is with these low cap stocks. You get more volatile moves with low cap stocks, and very often they won't sustain. They won't hold the gains. They'll make big gains on a given day. They'll have a great day, and then they'll just sell off, and you'll never hear from them again. What time frame do I place most of my trades? The 1 minute. I'm looking for. I use the 1 minute to place my orders, because I'm looking for the best granular level position. I might be trading the pattern on the 5 minute, but I've been looking for the best entry position on the 1 minute, because you're getting the granular moves, so you get the indicators are a little bit more granular on the lower time frame. DAS trader, DAS, as in direct access software. So this is coming back up to retest 650. We're up at 640s. So on good volume. So if it breaks 650 this time, we could have we could be in business. So I'll get back to that question in a minute. I just want to see this break 650. And the all-time high is 672. So we've got in there, big volume. We broke 650. We didn't break the 672 yet. I want to see it break 672. So we're only in for 2,500. Add to the position. We're into 5,000 now for the break of highs. There we go. We're now higher day. Quick rejection at the at 680. We're in for 5,000 shares. We'll see this test $7. Take 2,500 off there. Ready for the test of the whole dollar. We're getting good volume coming through now. So this is JX Lux Ventures. This is the triple L that we traded earlier. And then we gave back 5,000. So I want to see similar moves to what we managed to do earlier. We're getting the volume coming through, so that's good. Our average position is 659, our average cost. So we've got a little bit of cushion on the position at 680s. Got rejected at $7. The high of this candle is 698, so it got rejected at $7. I want to see it above $7. There we go. I'll add to that position. The break of 7. Our average is 682. Give it a little bit of wiggle room on the pullback, a little bit of breathing room. We broke $7. That's a good sign. Let's see it back up, retake that $7 level. It's 97. So again, pushed back at $7. So that previous high of day was 672. It's tapped that as support now twice. I want to see it hold that 672 level, which was the previous high of day. The volume come in, breaks the we need that previous high resistance to be support now. Breaks below that. Don't mind it extending below that, but I don't want it to break below that. Okay, so now we get out. That's pulled too far back. So we made gains up and we pretty much gave them all back. So that's a break-even trade. So we're still 10,000 good on the day. Okay, I'll just go back to the. I'll look for the break of $7 to get back in. Do you preset your entry buys? No, I use hotkeys or hot buttons. What would you say the main difference between currency pairs and stocks? The main difference is the risk. So you're having to use extremely high leverage. In some cases, 200-300x leverage on to make use of the movement on currency pairs, and that for me is ludicrous risk. That's my own personal opinion. I know some people make money, very few people make money on that. The other part of it is the catalysts. So I can pick a particular stock, and there's a catalyst that is dictating the move of that stock and dictating the sentiment of that stock. With currencies, the catalysts aren't as clear cut. With a stock, if it's got a pharmaceutical stock with FDA news like yesterday, or this drone stock that's just won a contract for supplying drones into Ukraine, you know, it's a clear catalyst that you can see. With currencies, it's a little bit more vague in terms of any catalysts on the movement. You tend to be more susceptible to you know, the geopolitical climate as opposed to stocks. How much money would you have made from this from putting in $5,000? Not sure what you mean by this. I put to put it into context. Quays 1K just asked me how much would I make from $5,000. Okay, so last month in 1st of February, I started with an account. It was a challenge that I did for the sake of the stream and a bit of clout. I challenged myself to grow a $5,000 account. It was actually just under $5,000 after landing charges and exchange and stuff like that. So I grew a $5,000 account to $50,000 in a calendar month, in the month of February. It was 19 trading days in February. At the end of the month, on February 28th, we finished, and I had $79,000. So that was $74,000 of profit in February. And that was all live on stream. It's recorded and everything else. And I've got the statements as well. I took $50,000 as my earnings, my profit off that, and I started in the same account this month with $29,000. So we're currently, before today, we had 82,000 net. We're about 8,500 today. So we're close to $90,000 this month. So that's a little about 50,000 in profit this month. So that all stemmed from $5,000 account on the 1st of February. So I've not actually added anything to this account. This account. It started with $5,000 on the 1st of February, and I've already taken 50,000 profit out of it. So we're currently at nearly 90,000 equity. So you work it out. SOPA might be bouncing. It's below the volume weighted average price, which is, for me, that's the trend indicator that it says it's in a downwards trend at the moment, downwards momentum. So if I'm going to be going long, I want to see it above the volume weighted average price, the VWAP. So this is pulling back. This is selling off now again. So there's no trade here unless it breaks above 750. You've got above 650. We got in for the 650 rise up to the new highs. Then we gave back off the top. So what we gained. So the break-even trade on that, break-even entry exit on that one, and I would say no need to wait for another setup, another stock. Okay. So you're strictly using chart analysis, narrative, and technicals to trade on Forex. Good. But you find it. See, I have my strategy, and it works for me, and it's profitable for me. It's a proven profitable strategy, and it's not just me that's using this strategy profitably. I could probably name 2 or 3 other, well-known traders within the trading community that use a similar strategy that I use. They trade the same patterns that I use. But if you've got a strategy that works for you and you are consistently profitable trading that strategy, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If you're doing I'm trading on the US market, so I everything is in dollars, and then I convert into euros when I take profit. So my mentality is that, as I mentioned earlier, as I was saying earlier on the stream, is that if I deposit money into a brokerage, that's their money, and it's not my money until I take profits. So I'm paying the brokerage for access to the markets, and I write that money off. So if I beginning of February, I'm just using this. I put more than 5,000 into the markets. I know that much for sure. But I put 5,000 into this account, and I write that off. If I blow up the account, I've lost $5,000, and it's a lot of money to a lot of people. If you've not got $5,000, it's a huge amount. But I can write that off. I took 50,000 profit, so I've made $50,000 in February. The 29,000 that are left in the account, that's not, to me, it's not real. It's not real, and it's for geezy, because if I can lose that on a day. On yesterday, I was $27,000 down on the day before I made the comeback, and we finished over $10,000 up on the day. So until you actually take the profits, it's not real. Until it hits your bank account, it's not real, and that's the way I look at it. So I'm trading in US dollars. The stocks are priced in US dollars, so I'm trading US dollars. My account is in US dollars. When I withdraw the money, I actually withdraw in US dollars, and then it gets credited into my bank account in euros. So, you know, you trade in the market. If you're trading forex, it's not such a big deal. But if you trade in the US stock market, you trade in local currency. You don't trade because you'll lose money on the exchange as well. So you deposit into your broker, and it's always better to if you're trading forex, for example, and your foundational currency that you trade, it's euros. So euros against dollar, euros against Bitcoin, euros against yen, euros against Swiss francs, whatever your euros are against. If your base is euros, then you have an account in euros. If your base is dollars, you have an account in dollars. And it is the global currency is dollars. So how comes you're paid in euros? Is because I'm based in Dublin, so my bank account is a euro bank account. I actually get paid in dollars and then transfer it into euros, but that's a different conversation. Well, I think I'm done for the day. I tried the breakout. It faked me out, and I've given you all your half an hour back. So we've had the 3 hours. Don't forget to subscribe. We didn't get to 10,000 likes, so even though I did do the extra half an hour, I gave you all the opportunity to get me to 10,000 likes, but that's fine. No, so quick summary: we're finishing the day 8,500 net. 10,000 is the trade profit and loss, 10,050 to be precise. 8,460. No, 8,470. Round up the change. 8,470 is the net profit and loss on the day, after charges and commissions and fees, etc. And good day. It's a good day by any stretch of the imagination, as far as I'm concerned. So as long as I'm trading and gaining above 5,000, I'm on my goal to my first ever 7-figure year. So and that's what we're looking for. So is 7 figures this year. That's the target. So no, I'll be back at it tomorrow. So I'll do a summary video for both YouTube and TikTok a little bit later, where I'll summarize the trades we've taken, and I'll be back at it again an hour before, providing I don't have to take this one to the vets again. We'll be back at it an hour before market opens tomorrow, so that'll be 12:30 GMT. It'll be 8:30 East Coast time. I'll be live streaming again. We may take trades pre-market if there's enough volume and volatility. Otherwise, like today, we'll be waiting till the market opens. And all in all, a good day. So thanks for joining me, and I'll see those of you loyal enough. I'll see you all tomorrow.